What's up everybody, and welcome to another trophy guide here on Cloak Reaper Games. Today, we'll be doing all the missable trophies in Shadow Legend, but before we start, I have to recommend that you play the game before watching this video. It's a ton of fun, and a lot of the fun is in the exploration, but when you get stumped and can't find something, then come check out the video. These trophies aren't totally missable, because you unlock a level select option after you beat the game and can return anywhere you missed something so you don't have to start a second playthrough. This will be the first trophy guide I've fully voiced for the most part, and I'm doing it without any script minus this intro, so let me know in the comments which you guys prefer, voiced or just the usual overlays and text by themselves. Anyway, I hope this helps you out. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get started. So now we're in the Skykeep Armory, and we have a few optional tasks here as well as 5 runes to find. So first thing we're going to do is go to our left and fix a bent sword. So all you have to do is hit this the opposite way it's bent. And then we're going to turn around and sharpen a dull sword on the grindstone. And once you finish that, there's a ladder right behind you, so grab that ladder and climb up, and you're going to see your first rune. Grab that, and we're also going to get our first trophy for finding a rune. Once you've done that, start using the rafters to go over to your right, and you're going to find another rune. So for the most part, I'm going to try to knock out the optional objectives first and then go grab all the runes. But once you've gotten that and you've dropped down, turn around and grab a coal out of the fire pit. And I don't remember what the thing used to make an ingot is called, but put the coal in there and you're going to get an ingot. Then grab this key and put it in this chest, and we're going to find ourselves another rune. And once you've done that, get up and go back to the side of the room where we started, and we're going to find another rune on a table, as well as a ladder right beside that to climb up to go find, you guessed it, another rune. And there are also 9 books in the game for us to find. So after you get this rune, we're going to drop down and find our first book.
All the runes have been collected here.
And that book is on the table that we started the level at. But once you pick that one up, do a 180, and the other table where another rune was, there's also a book on that table. So go pick that one up. You don't have to listen to the whole book, you just have to pick it up. And now for the main objectives, I'm going to edit all that stuff out so we don't have to worry about that. This is already a long video. So once you finish that, go over to the door, and this is where you're going to get your trophies in this game whenever you exit a level. And now we're in the Skykeep Courtyard. So we have quite a few optional tasks here and 8 runes to find along with another book. So first thing we're going to do is pick up this stick, find the dog, and move it around in front of him so he follows it, and then throw it for him. Now that that task's done, we're going to walk straight ahead over here to the horse and grab a carrot and feed it to him. Don't tell me you ain't been waiting to do this after seeing this trailer for so long. Alright, let's go over and talk to Doran, and you have to do this part in a very specific way. So he's going to start off by telling you that no messages have come in. You need to tell him that you want to send a message. So just choose the same options that I choose, tell him to send a message, and then he's going to ask the eagle named Phoenix if he heard it, and tells him to go send the message. So the eagle will fly off, and if the eagle flies off, that's how you know you did it right. If you didn't, you're going to have to come back and do it again later because the trophy isn't going to activate. Even though the book says talk to Doran, it should say talk to Doran and send a message. So that should be fixed in a later patch, but as of right now, it isn't. But now we're going to go over to our right, and we're going to find, I forget this guy's name, the guy who's over here at the target range practicing his archery, and pick up the bow, take a few practice shots, of course. I really do like the bow in this game. I love the physics. I think this is one of the best ones I've used in VR. So right beside you though, there is a rune on a plank sticking out of a roof, so go ahead and shoot that down with your bow. But before we pick that up, under that roof there's also a chest with a rune in it. So grab that, and now let's go pick up that other rune that we knocked down. And if we look to our left and go towards the castle wall, we're going to find a ladder coming from a rock formation up to the roof like a ramp. So try to grab this from the side instead of like walking on it, because if you do, you're not going to get low enough to be able to pick up the rune. And once you got that, turn around and we are going to look up on the building we were just next to, and there's a rune way up top by one of the windows. So pull out your bow and shoot that down. And then climb up the ladder where it fell to pick it up, and then we're going to do some more climbing. So once you pick that up, look to your left and you'll see some rock faces sticking out of the wall. So grab those and we're going to climb around the wall and find a chest with another rune in it. Now that we've gotten that one, we want to turn around and drop off and go over to where these two guys are fighting and look up in a tree, and we're going to see another rune here. And you can look at the symbols on the runes and then look at your gauntlet and see which ones you're missing, so you don't have to go looking for each one in the video. You can just find out which ones you're missing whenever I look at them and use those. But now after we got that, we're going to walk over to the Evelyn statue, and you need to shoot this rune from behind her, because if you don't, it's just going to get stuck in the torch and between her head, and it's just going to be a pain to get it down. There are going to be a couple runes you need to shoot a certain way. But once you've gotten that, we're going to go walk behind where Doran was and use these ivy branches, I'm going to call them, and climb up those to go find, you guessed it, another rune. There are 85 total we're going to find, so looks like I'm going to be saying that a lot. Joy. Alright. Go ahead and drop down after you got that. Turn around, and inside, or above the armory where we came from, there's another rune up on top of the chimney, so shoot that down with your bow. I hope you like the bow, because we're going to be using it a lot. Now we have one more rune to pick up here. It's right behind us, past the campfire, and it is up another ladder. So now we have one optional objective left, and that is for entering the prison.
Be wary of your step, Grandmaster.
So here we are in the Skykeep Armory, and we have only optional tasks here. The first thing we're going to want to do is take out the 4 undead that are roaming around in here. I'm not going to cut this part out, and I'm not going to speed it up because it is an optional task. So I'm going to leave it in here, but I am going to be quiet and let myself focus on killing them. So let's go ahead and get through that, and then we'll start knocking out the other optional objectives and getting the runes.
Marvelous! Stake each head on those spikes when you return. I bid you good luck, Grandmaster.
So now that we've finished those guys off and we've picked up their heads, we're going to walk over here and mine some crystal. And if I'm not mistaken, these gems are actually worth the most out of all the ones in the game. Now let's go over to our right and avoid the pit for now, but we're going to go over here and make some health potions. Directly to our left in the corner is a fish in a pan, so let's cook a fish. So that's pretty much all of our optional tasks completed here until we go place the heads on the spikes. But if you go to your left towards the door where we came in, you're going to find a ladder. Climb up that, and right at the top is going to be our first rune in the prison. And then if you go to your left again, towards where we got the crystals, where we mined those, you're going to find a little tiny crawl space with some ivy on it. So take out your torch and burn the ivy so you can get through there and find another rune and 2 chalices. And once you come out, right beside you, about 6 feet away on your right, there's another ladder. So grab that ladder, and we're going to grab the chain that's right under the beam and use that to shimmy over and find another rune. Make sure you don't get your head stuck in that geometry right there. This ladder is right on top of the beam. And now that we've gotten that, we are going to drop in the pit now. So when you drop here, you can land on the side and walk all the way around to this chest. I did this like 7 times, and for some reason I fell the one time I was recording it. I don't know. But since we did that, we're going to go ahead and take out the 4th guy and get his head. Don't worry, I'm going to cut out the rest of the fights. That's not why this video is so long, actually. It's just that there's a lot to get. So, now that we got that done, let's grab the ice picks, and thank you, Vitruvius, for putting in this in the game. I needed this in my VR life. Thank you. So much fun. So, we're going to grab the ice picks and start climbing up the wall and get that chest that I fell by first, and I forgot to grab the loot, so I'm going to grab that real quick. But now let's start climbing up the wall again. I'm gonna say that I love this game a lot, probably, because there are a lot of parts of it I really do love. It's a very fun game, which is why I really wanted you guys to play it before you watch this video, because a lot of it's in the exploration and finding everything. So we've climbed out of the pit, and I'm going to walk out here, but then I remember that we left something. We left the book. So go back out the door, and right to our left there is a table with a book on it. Pick that up, and now we're going to go back in there and place these heads on the spike. Also very cool. In VR, specifically, just to be clear. But once we've done that, we have completed everything in this level, and he's going to give us 100 gold. We're going to get our trophy for completing everything, and we're going to head back outside and make our way to the war room. We're also going to grab a book I left out in the courtyard as well, so grab this book off the table right in front of the war room door, and then we're going to go into the war room. So Whenever you open this door, if your trophy for Courtyard Explorer does not activate, then something went wrong with Doran. So go back and make him send the message with the eagle. Once you've entered the war room, you should be able to go back outside and get him to send it. If you can't, you can do it in the level select later. But now we're in the war room. We have some optional objectives here. We're going to get a couple trophies. Actually, a few trophies. But the first thing we're going to do is walk over to our right and knock this rune down off the bear's head. So pick that up. Then we'll turn around and come back over to our left around the beam where he was. And there's a ladder. So climb up that ladder, grab the chain, and make sure your legs are actually above the beam or you're going to fall through. And you want to shoot this rune down off the candelabra. And you want to shoot it from up here or it's going to fall inside the candelabra and get stuck on those bars. So once you've done that, go over to your right side, the opposite side of the room, and grab the rafters and climb another chain. And then turn around and do a 180 and you're going to find another rune right behind you. And then go back, don't fall down yet, and come over to your right and you're going to see a hole in the wall, or a hole in the floor. So drop down that, grab the rune, and grab the little ceramic piece there. That's going to be part of our skill puzzle. So once you get that one, go ahead and turn around and go to the bookshelf where the bear was, and there's our second piece for the skill puzzle. So put those two on the scale now that we have those, and it's going to unlock the drawer in this desk. In that drawer, we get a key. So let's grab that key, and we're going to walk over towards where the ladder next to the bear was, and unlock this chest, which is going to give us another rune. Now that we've done that, we're going to turn around and we're going to get a book that is on the table right in front of the merchant. And then there's one more book as well, way over to our left on another table by the second ladder we used. And now I'm going to go talk to the merchant, and I'm going to speed this up and just get through this dialogue real quick. But you're also going to get another trophy here for bartering with a merchant, as long as you change the price, and maybe you can increase it actually, but I was going to say decrease it because that's really in your best interest. So go for that and go ahead and get this trophy, and then purchase the crossbow.
What do you say to this offer? That's a reasonable offer. I accept, Grandmaster. Here are your coins. Would you accept this price? How about this price? You've got yourself a deal, fine sir. Here's what I owe you. Would you accept this price? Interesting. But how about this much? That's a reasonable offer. I accept, Grandmaster. Here are your coins. Very good. You have the runes of power needed. I think this is a fair price for the crossbow, Grandmaster. Drive a hard bargain.
So we have our crossbow. Open up your book and you're going to see we've completed everything except for our main objectives. So like I said before, I'm going to cut those out. But whenever we go open this door, this is when we're going to get our trophy. And now we're in the Undead Cemetery. And this is one of my favorite levels actually. So first thing you're going to see is a mummy. Finally we see a mummy in VR. He's going to throw a bomb at you. Catch the bomb, throw it back at him, and we're going to get a trophy. And once you finish him off, walk ahead and you're going to find a green door here. And this is our first riddle puzzle. The answer to this one is shadows. And this part actually has voice recognition, so you can say the password out loud and it will open the door, which is pretty cool. We're going to get a Venom staff out of there. So what you want to do now is walk straight ahead and take this left corner, and you're going to see another mummy. Use the staff on him and inflict Venom, and we're going to get a trophy for that. Get your trophy and get rid of that guy, and then we're going to go to the left. And we're going to take out another mummy. This guy is going to drop a key for us to use on a door. And this door is going to get us across the river. We're not getting the runes yet because this level is a two-parter. I'm going to call it again, like the one we just did. So We're going to get those after we come out of the second area. So we're back out of the water. There's a mummy here. I'm going to kill him with the power of editing. We're going to go past him, and there is the blue puzzle door here. And the answer for this one is water. This is going to reveal a rune behind this door, but we're not going to pick it up yet because, like I said, we're going to come back and do that after we go to the next area. So once you've revealed that, go to your left and you're going to see an undead in a guillotine. Pull the lever, take his head off, and this is going to complete another optional task, and it's also going to give you a heart. But now we're going to walk onto the elevator and go into the next area, Tarius Sanctuary. So this is one of the smaller areas in the game. The first thing we're going to do is walk over to Therios, and I'm going to go ahead and buy the paddle, but we're also going to knock out all the optional objectives. Basically just pick up all the weapons he has and use each one of them.
The great lightning star. It fires an electric current that will shake the very bones of the undead. You hold the immortal axe of my comrade Envy's, the god of war. The head of the axe can be thrown great distances.
Now that we've done that, go over to our left and we're going to find a cupboard here, and that's going to have our first rune in it for this area. So grab that, turn around, and you're going to see a lever on the other side of this pillar. So pull that lever, and that's going to bring down a chain for us to climb up to the second level. Make sure you're far enough off the chain that you're going to actually fall on the platform and not just fall to the bottom again. But once you're up here, pull this lever, and that's going to bring us another chain to get to the other side. But first, we're going to go open up another cupboard, or not. We're going to shoot down this rune first, actually. And you do need to shoot it down from this side, so go ahead and do that. And now we'll go over to the cupboard that I mentioned a second ago, and we're going to find a rune in here. Then look to your left, and you're going to see a rune up on the wall on the other side. So shoot that down with your bow, and now we're going to grab that chain we got from the lever before and get across to the other side. Drop down there, and there's going to be a chest for you to grab on this side. So open that up, we're going to get another rune, turn around, and pick up the one we shot down before we crossed over, and then we just have the one that we shot down off the statue left to pick up. So drop down, find that one. For me, it was right behind me, so I didn't see it at first. But now we've got that. That's everything here in Tarius Sanctuary, so let's head back up the elevator to finish everything off in the cemetery. So now, whenever you get up here, the first thing you're going to notice is a ladder right in front of you. Climb up that and grab this rune. Drop down, head forward, and you're going to see this first tree on your right, and there's a rune up here, and you need to shoot this rune on the left side of it. Hit the left side of the rune, or it'll fall on the roof. You won't be able to get it. It can fall behind or inside those coffins right there. You won't be able to get it then. But once you've knocked it down, go ahead and grab the rune that was in the blue puzzle that we left, and then pull out your torch, and you're going to find some more ivy to burn on your way to the rune we knocked out of the tree. And there's a rune in there as well, so grab that. Now let's go grab the one that we knocked out of the tree, and hopefully you hit it in the right place. You got lucky, and it landed where you can pick it up. So pick that up, turn to your left, and you should see a crow. He's just going to be flying around the same circle in this area. So shoot him down. It doesn't matter if it lands somewhere you can't get it. You'll automatically get it. You'll see your gauntlet turn the color of the rune, and you'll have it. And you'll also get the trophy for shooting a crow for the first time. Now we're going to go drop in the river and walk ahead towards the end of the river, and you're going to find a rune sitting on a sunken boat. There's another ladder to our left. I was going to use that, but then I was like, nah, this one's closer, so I'm going to use this one. So grab the one that's next to the boat, and we're going to go to our left and pick up that key from the first mummy that I killed, but didn't pick it up yet. So we're going to grab that key and go over to the right and open this locked door that was next to the mummy. And we're going to find another rune in here. Pick that up, and we're going to go to the left where we got our Venom Trophy. And take that next left as well where the mummy was. And we're going to see a ladder right here. So go ahead and go up that ladder, and we're going to have a rope to shimmy across to this next building thing, and grab a rune that's on the roof of that. Be careful when you use this rope. This is the only rope I had an issue with, but I would pull my sword out for some reason right here and I would fall, so be careful with that. But drop down, and we're going to shoot this rune out of this tree, and again you need to be where I'm standing, or a number of things can happen where you won't be able to get it. So knock that down, hopefully you can pick it up. And then we're going to keep on walking ahead, and we're going to find yet another ladder to climb up and find another rune. It's all good though. The climbing's great in this game. Probably the best climbing in VR. I love it. But that's all our runes for this area. So we have one thing left to do, and that is to solve the red puzzle. So I'm going to cut out the main stuff. We're going to paddle our way over here and then open the red door. The answer for this one is fire. Open that. We're going to get our trophy for everything done here. And now we're going to move on to the next area, the ruined chapel. Once you're done with that, go back to the left where we got the compass, and on that table we'll find both a book and a rune. So pick up the book so that gets registered, and then go ahead and grab the rune. And we're going to backtrack a little bit more, back to where we got the holy wine. And there's going to be a ladder over here next to this pillar in front of the statue. So climb that ladder, and we're going to grab onto a zip line, which is going to zip us straight across to find another rune. Make sure you spin your camera here so you drop down on the platform and just don't fall all the way down. So grab that rune, and then you do want to fall all the way back down. And do a 180 towards where we got the Ice King's blade, and there's a chest right beside that spot, and that's going to have a rune in it. Now let's go to our right, and we're going to find a skeleton who's hanging on a cross. He has a rune in his stomach. And I also left one enemy alive here so we could use the Ice King's blade on him and get the trophy for freezing an enemy. But right now, that silver trophy, our first one, was for finding half of the runes. So we got half the runes now. We're almost there. And there's our Icy Veins Trophy for freezing an enemy. Now, turn around, and right behind you there's a ladder to climb. And right in between two rungs at the top of this ladder, we're going to find another rune as well as a zip line to take. And grab the next zip line once you reach that one, and at the end of this one we're going to find yet another rune on top of it. So now drop back down, and this time we're going all the way to the top. So go back again into the first corner where we started. Except this time there's a floating platform going up to the top, and we're going to take that up. You can already see the rune that we're after. It's up there in the top right. So let's go ahead and take this floating platform across, and there's actually a bird flying around here carrying a rune as well. And right up top of this ladder is the best place to shoot him. I'm a little impatient, so I'm going to try to shoot him a couple times before he's in the ideal spot, but after I miss a couple times, he's going to fly around that pillar right there, and he's going to come around straight at us, so that's going to be the best time to get him. There we go. Now look to your left and you can see these rock faces that we can use to climb up to that rune we saw a minute ago. So get that and drop back down. Make sure you don't fall all the way down to the bottom, because we still need to stay up here and keep using these floating platforms. So let's go back down the ladder and go over to our right, and there's going to be another floating platform to hop on that's coming towards us. Now this next rune you can shoot from just about anywhere probably, but this is really the easiest and best place to shoot it from. So we're going to go over here to our left and take this next floating platform and get this rune, which is on top of the bell. Well, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? I'm sorry. Anyway, we shot that rune down, so let's go ahead and hop on this floating platform and take it back down. So we're going to go all the way to the other side, past this second one. And there's going to be a ladder right here, again, for some more climbing. It's not a bad thing. I still love the climbing. It's so great, so much fun. So let's start climbing these rock faces and get another rune. This is our last one though. Once we pick this one up, we still have to drop down to the bottom and pick up the two that came from the crow and the bell, but these are our last ones right here. So let's pick these up, and then I'm going to cut out the main bits, and this is where a trophy doesn't pop in the actual level. It waits until the loading screen to pop, so I'm going to leave that in there just so you can see it. But you can see we got everything done. Now let's go see this trophy out. The Chapel Dungeons. So we have 5 runes here to find and a few optional objectives, but the first thing you're going to notice is a couple of bats flying back and forth past you through these 2 holes. Just take out your sword and cut this bat down as he's about to pass you and grab his rune. Then open the gate beside you, and that's going to scratch off the objective for talking to Tarius. I'm not going to listen to him about closing the gate. But let's go ahead and go back out and take the ladder that was right beside that gate and grab onto this candelabra, or chandelier, whichever one it is, and grab the rune that's there and keep grabbing onto it and climb around it, and we're going to find a chain that we can take over here to give us another rune. Drop down at that point and go back to the gate opposite the one that Therios was in and open that one, go through and hang a right, and we're going to find another ladder with a rune. Once you've got that, start pulling the chain down behind you and put the bar, whatever the thing is that you use to make it so the chain doesn't go all the way back up and we can get through the next door. That's what matters. So let's go back out and we're going to go over there and we're going to mine for our optional task for mining some crystals, which you actually don't need to do this because we already did it in the prison, and since we scratched it off then, it stays scratched off now. So go ahead and pull this chain again so we can put this bar in this one and get through the next gate. Now, before you run through this gate, pull out your weapon and you want to shoot this chest. There's a trophy for attacking a mimic chest before it attacks you. Once he's dead, look over to your left and you're going to see a book. And this is our 8th book, so we only have 1 left. But once you've done that, go through the door and pull this lever and go into this crawl space. And we're going to find our last rune for this area, as well as a gargoyle statue, which is our last optional task. Now I'm going to cut out the main stuff and let's drop down this hole and get our trophy. So now we're in the floating Citadel, and we don't have any optional tasks here, but we do have some runes to find. As you saw right there, the first rune is right at the start, just up above you. So right here I make a little mistake and I take the wrong floating bridge. We actually needed to take the one on the right, so I'm gonna go back and hop on that one now. Sorry about that. But once we get across here, there's going to be a ladder on our left. So go over there and go up that ladder, and we're going to get our one of our 2 trophies here. And this is going to be the one for killing an enemy while using a flying contraption. So first we want to wear him down. So I'm going to use my axe and hit him a few times. And then whenever the flying contraption comes back, you want to grab onto that and hold on to it so you're flying, and use your axe or your one of the magic staffs and kill him with that while you're still flying. Now that we got that one out of the way, it's time to go back and start getting the runes again. And I love this axe, so I'm going to be throwing it a lot here. So sorry if that bothers you, but we're going to go drop off right where the guy we just killed was, and there's a floating platform right there. So we're going to actually ride that down below the, I'm going to go with first floor, and there's going to be a chest down here with a rune in it. The draw distance on this game on the PS4 Pro is insane. I could throw that axe and watch it go so far away and just fall for so long and still be able to see it and see it come back. It was incredible. So we're going to go ahead and straight ahead and start using the floating stairs now and take our first left, and there's going to be a floating platform here that we're going to go across with a ladder on our right. You don't need to pull that lever for this. That's just to get some loot. Anyway, climb up the ladder, and this one's going to be right in between the rungs, like in the floating, ruined chapel level. But once you've got that, you want to wait for the floating platforms to get over to you, and we're going to ride that across to get to the chest. But there are also 2 crows flying around here, both holding runes. So go ahead, try to get them. I wasn't actually planning to, I didn't expect to, but I did get this one right here. It doesn't matter if the rune falls down anywhere and doesn't land on something, you can get it. If it falls down, you automatically get it. You'll watch your gauntlet glow. So there, we got the one out of the chest now, and I'm gonna sit here and try to take out this other crow for its rune. I don't remember how many shots this took me. We're about to find out though. Oh, horrible. There we go, we got him. The freeze bow seems to have a little bit more drop than the normal bow. I missed it by that much. Anyway, there's another rune right here. If you can't make that drop like I also didn't make it, just go the same way we came before, but take a right instead of a left. So now we're going to go back on that floating platform that I missed, and then we're going to keep going up the stairs. And this is going to be our last rune here, I believe. Yes. And this should be our 67th rune total, I believe. So we have 18 left. I'm not even aiming for anything, I'm just throwing the axes. I love it. Get so close. You can make all 3 of those down in one run, but you can't make it back up in one go, apparently. So this one's going to be placed just like the very first one. Just right above you when you get up there. So knock it down, pick it up.
All the runes have been collected here.
That's all of our runes in the floating citadel. I'm going to edit out all the main stuff while I light the braziers. And there's our trophy. Now, I'm also going to skip this fight as well, but we do have 5 runes to pick up here, and you should get the trophy for saving 70 souls in one playthrough without anything, but if you don't, you can go to level select later and come back here and just grab those hearts right there, and that'll get you up there. So now we have the level Edge of Darkness, and we have 8 runes to find here, as well as a trophy to get. The most difficult trophy, but it's still not that difficult. So you saw the first one is right there in the top right, on top of one of the things. I'm not sure what to call that. But then in the first chest you're going to see there's going to be a rune in there too that you're going to need to unfreeze. Now if you walk over to your left, you're going to find a message that reads that if you strike 5 eyes without missing, you'll get a prize. So walk over to the Ballista, and the easiest way to do this is to shoot at this one eye right here. So crouch down so you can aim down depending on how tall you are. I was a little bit too tall, I guess, to be able to aim right. So he's going to come around in the perfect spot right here for you to just pull that lever and take him out in one shot. And just be a little bit patient and they'll come around. He'll respawn in just a few seconds. So just do this 5 times. You'll get your rune and you'll get a silver trophy for this. So we've done that, we've got our new rune. Now we're going to turn around and come back the way we came. And if you look up to your right towards the door we're going to enter at the end, way up at the top near the stained glass is another rune sitting up there. So you want to knock that down. Mine landed outside of the area, so I automatically got it. I didn't have to go pick it up. And as you can see, you crawl up the sword of the statue on the left, and there is a rune in his hands. Look to your left, and there is another rune right atop what I'm going to call an archway. So knock that one down, pick it up, pull out your torch, and there's going to be another frozen chest right to the left of that. All these runes are super close together. I'm having trouble even keeping up with them. So grab that one out of the chest, turn around, and then you're going to see a big weight above a well, is what it is actually. So go back over to the Ballista, because the only way we can knock this thing down is with the Ballista. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because crouching down and so on isn't going to make your shot too much easier to line up. And because of the way the PSVR headset is viewed, it only captures the top 70%, so I guess you can't even see the Ballista in this. But what you want to do is just shoot the wire that's holding the weight. If you shoot the weight, it won't knock it down. You actually have to hit the wire. You'll see the rope turn orange and disintegrate, and that's how you'll know that you got it. So walk over there, and whenever you drop down, try to land on the plank that's going to have the rune on it if you haven't already gotten the 5 black eyes you need.
The runes have been collected here.
That is our last rune, so I'm going to cut out the main stuff. We're going to head over here, open up the door, and get our trophy for completing all of the optional tasks over here. And we're going to go get our first ending. So to get this ending, all you have to do is cut her chains and free her. And so to get the other ending, you don't actually have to go through the entire game again. We're just going to go through level select to get that after we go through the Epilogue level. So now we're in the Skykeep Wood, which is the Epilogue I was just referring to. We have quite a few optional tasks here. So we're going to start with blowing the victory horn, which is sitting on a barrel over to our left. After we've done that, we're going to go ahead and spear a fish. So just drop in the river and stab it. Very easy. Very fun. Now let's go climb up the ladder so we can get out of here. And there's going to be another ladder right over to our left. We're going to climb that as well to go... oh wait, maybe we're not going to do that first. It looks like we're doing something else. I don't know why I chose to go over here first, but I did anyway. It looks like we're having to change plans. We're going to go plant some seeds instead, which is across the bridge. So go ahead and plant some seeds, grab the pail, and then go over to this well and put it on this hook and use the wheel to get some water in it. There's your proof. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not using a script for this at all. So get the pail, turn around, and we're going to go water these plants. And not only do you have to water them, but you actually have to harvest and eat them as well to get the optional task completed. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go try to donate to Doran, but we're going to fail the first try because I thought we could do it with the food we harvested. Maybe it's just that he doesn't like onions, but we're going to go get a carrot from the horse and that's going to work. I'm not sure why the onion didn't work. I tried it because I knew the carrot would work, but it was a no-go. He doesn't like onions. I don't blame him. I don't like onions either, so, you know. Anyway, we're going to give him a carrot. He's going to be pretty happy with that, and he's going to give us a rune. Now head over to our left and look up in front of the door that leads over to the statue you saw come up at the beginning, and we're going to see another rune to shoot down. So take that down, and over to our left again by the horse that we just got the carrot from is a ladder. So climb up that ladder, and we're going to start climbing on the wall again to go over to our left and find yet another rune. Just a couple more. Each one of these has been fun though. So once you grab that rune, drop down where the fish are again, and we're going to go under the bridge for, you guessed it, another rune. Now look up after you get out from the other side of the bridge, and you're never going to believe this, but there's another rune. That's right, another rune up top on this tower. So shoot that down. Hopefully in less tries than it took me. Man, I suck. This is horrible. This hurts to watch. Oh my gosh. Like I said earlier though, it seems the crossbow has a much bigger drop than the normal bow for some reason. So I'm going to pull out the sword and knock it down. Still in multiple tries. How horrible. But we got that rune. So now we're going to climb up the ladder, and like I said before, there's another ladder right to our left. So let's go up that one. And now here's a part where we need to give some serious props. Because let's get across this rope and get into this window, and your minds are going to be blown, I'm telling you. So we're going to find our final book here, the credits book. And yes, this game was made by 2 people alone at Vitruvius VR for 2.5 years, and they killed it. This is an amazing game with some of the best graphics on PSVR. It's so much fun. It has insane detail. You can interact with almost everything, and it was just 2 guys. Amazing. Awesome job of Vitruvius. I can't wait to see what they're going to have in 10 years for us, or even just a few years from now on PS5. And we just got another rune as well on PS5 and PSVR 2. I mean, anyway, these guys are here at the start. Do you remember Mervils? Mervils is possibly the lowest budget looking title on PSVR. And these are the guys who made Mervils. This is the next game they made after Mervils. What an improvement. Insane. They deserve some recognition, I think, so. Anyway, we just picked up a couple more runes while I was just going crazy about Vitruvius. They did a great job. I'm impressed. And 2 guys, when you look at a lot of the other games here that had medium to large dev teams, and they did not turn out half as good as this. Or they took 2 or 3 times as long to make still. And just these 2 guys did this. Very talented. Great job on them. So that was our last rune and our gold trophy. So now pull out your book and return to the sanctuary. And we are now going to go get one more trophy. But first we're going to go to the level Sanctuary, or yeah, Sanctuary level, whichever. And then go to level select and choose to go to the Chapel Dungeon. So for me, in all the playthroughs I did, I missed one weapon every time. I wasn't able to afford every weapon before I saw the last merchant in the game. So go here, and we're going to open the door right at our start, and Tarius is going to be here and purchase our last weapon. For me, it was the electric staff every time. So we're going to grab that, and then we're going to turn around and unlock the 2 gates that reveal the Mimic chest, and we're going to use that on the Mimic to get our Electrocution trophy. And also, when we buy this, we're going to get the trophy for all weapons. So once you've done that, you just want to turn around, open the gates, and use that weapon on the Mimic, assuming you needed an elemental one, and that was a trophy you needed.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, good sir. Now hand over the coins and it's yours.
And now it's time to go get the second ending and our platinum. So this time, we are getting revenge for in the beginning with Evelyn stabbed us in the stomach. We'll cut her head off, and bam, we're gonna get our platinum trophy in the loading screen to look like a PS4 trophy. Incredible. But anyway, I hope this helped you out, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And make sure to let me know what you guys think of a fully voiced over guides over just the normal ones where it's just, you know, text and overlays. Honestly, after doing this for so long, I'm starting to wonder if maybe this would be better for VR and you could actually just listen to this. I could narrate what's going on and you could actually follow my directions in the game and find this stuff without having to watch the headset unless you really need to look at something. So let me know what you guys think, and I hope you enjoyed Shadow Legend as much as me. I did get a key from Vitruvius. That did not affect how much I love this game. This game is awesome. Check any top 20 lists for a while. It's probably going to be on there. They killed it. Anyway, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.